The time is 9 o'clock, and you are listening to CHMA 106.9 FM.
And now it's time for your CHMA News. We're broadcasting from Sackville, New Brunswick, the heart of the Maritimes and the traditional and unceded lands of the Mi'kmaq people. Coming up in the next 15 minutes, we'll have your local news, Atlantic update, weather, sports update, and some community announcements.
Hello, this is Clinton Davis with your local CHMA News. With emergency services and roadwork costs skyrocketing, Tantramar's 2026 budget focuses on holding services steady while navigating higher costs across several departments. But first, the Sackville RCMP's annual Stuff a Cruiser event continues this week. Starting December 5th, they're back this Thursday. Officers will be set up outside the Foodland on Wright Street from 4 to 7 p.m., collecting donations for local families. What are they asking for? They're asking for non-perishable food items, gently used hats, gloves, and mittens, and cash donations. The organizers say the most needed items this year include stuffing, instant potatoes, gravy, cranberry sauce, canned vegetables and fruit, baking supplies, tea, coffee, hot chocolate, holiday cookies, boxed mac and cheese, and broth. Last week's event at the Independent has already wrapped up, but residents can still take part this Thursday, December 11th, and help the RCMP fill another cruiser for the holidays. And now for the feature story. Recently, I sat down with Tantramar's Director of Financial Services, Michael Beale, to talk through the pressures that shaped the 2026 municipal budget. In last week's council meeting, which took place on December 3rd, Beale walked councillors through the full document. You can watch that presentation on the Tantramar YouTube or at tantramarnb.com. Beale has worked in municipal finance for more than 3 decades. I asked him what rising costs mean for this year's plan.
The biggest pressures for Tantramar and for municipalities in general is that the CPI, the cost of providing the services, have increased drastically. The same fire truck that we bought 10 years ago with the same spec cost a little over $400,000, and today it's over $800,000. Road reconstruction is costing us three times the cost it was 10 years ago.
Beale says those increases have affected nearly every department, from fire protection and policing to recreation and transportation. He explained that construction costs have jumped dramatically, even on long-planned projects.
When we estimated the Dorchester Fire Hall project, we had estimated it about 5 years ago at $3.5 million. It is over a $6 million project now. So the strain that we have is continuing to provide the same level of services within the budget that we have.
One strategy the Tantramar finance team relies on, according to Beale, has been reducing borrowing. Beale said the municipality continues shifting towards funding more capital work directly from revenue and reserves.
Overall, the budget, I believe, is a good budget. We have $1.845 million that we will be doing in capital out of revenue. But by doing that without borrowing, we save significantly on interest payments.
And for residents wondering about taxes, Sackville and Dorchester rates stay the same this year. Local service districts see increases within the provincial 5-cent cap, including 5 cents for the Sackville and Dorchester LSDs and just over 4 cents for Pointe Butte. What that means is for every $100,000 your house is assessed at, your property taxes will go up by $50 next year. Another pressure this year is the amount of specialty work needed for engineering, planning, and infrastructure studies. Councillors have raised concerns about contracting these tasks out. However, Beale said the decision comes down to the type of expertise required.
You want to use them when you need them and use them once. We don't have a traffic specialist on staff. We have an engineer on staff, but we don't have an architect on staff, and we don't have an electrical engineer on staff, and we don't have a specialist in the sewer. So a lot of times when you contract out those services, you contract them out because you need the specialty, and you wouldn't hire the specialty full time that would stay on your payroll each and every year moving forward.
Beale says municipal staff are already working at full capacity and that hiring permanent positions for occasional work would cost more over time. Despite inflation across departments, Beale says residents can expect the same level of municipal service in 2026. Something Beale appeared to be both proud and grateful for.
The big thing with the budget is that we are providing the same services to the residents of Tantramar in 2026 that we provided in 2025. We are still planning for today and for the future. We have budgeted the necessary amounts within the fire department, the necessary amounts within the police department, the necessary amounts within active living and culture, recreation, within all departments in order to continue to provide the same services that we had in the future. The taxes are going up for some areas. The province did do an assessment freeze, so everything is increasing significantly that the municipality has to provide, but we attempt through the budget process to have as minimal effect as possible on the residents. Unfortunately, there is an effect when this happens, but we try to keep that effect as minimal as possible.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Again, you can watch the full budget presentation from this past Tuesday's meeting on the municipality's YouTube page or at tantramarnb.com. Learn more at chmafm.com, and for news, local stories, or questions, reach out to me, Clinton Davis at chmafm.com. And once again, I am Clinton Davis for CHMA Local News.
And here is your CHMA Atlantic update for Monday, December the 8th. Much of the Atlantic region is in for a cold and windy start to the week, as Environment Canada has issued a special weather statement for Nova Scotia and parts of PEI and Newfoundland. This morning, most of Nova Scotia and the eastern part of PEI will see between 5 and 15 centimeters of snow, with the possibility of more in Cape Breton. Strong winds are expected to start in the afternoon, which could bring a risk of snow squalls. Through the evening and into tomorrow, parts of eastern Newfoundland will see 10 to 20 centimeters of snow and winds up to 80 kilometers an hour. And the Universidad de Moncton is increasing its residence fees. Students will pay 3% more beginning in September 2026. The school says the increase is necessary to keep up with the rising maintenance and renovation costs. The increase includes campuses in Edmundston, Moncton, and Shippagan. And the New Brunswick government has produced a new online mapping tool that allows users to learn more about contaminated sites across the province. The service is free of charge. Environment Minister Jill Lepage says the map reviewer can also can help users identify potential environmental concerns and make informed planning decisions. The map shows all contaminated sites that have been on file since the late 1980s. And the New Brunswick government is offering financial compensation to wild blueberry producers who suffered losses in August when spreading wildfires forced the closure of some leased Crown lands. Agriculture Minister Pat Finnegan says wild blueberry production remains a vital industry in New Brunswick. Crown lands were closed for much of August, which is peak season for wild blueberry harvesting. New Brunswick has about 8,500 hectare Crown land leased for wild blueberry production. And polls are open today in PEI's by-election for Georgetown Pono. Elections PEI say roughly 20% of voters have already cast their ballots during advance polls last week. Polls will be open from 9 a.m. till 7 p.m. And the unusual sight was spotted yesterday in a harbor near Marystown, Newfoundland. The town posted on social media that a shed was seen floating in the water heading towards Canning Bridge. The post suggested strong winds over the weekend might have caused the issue. The town has not said if the shed was claimed, but if you live in the area and are missing a 10 by 12 foot shed, you should check the harbor. And the Tony-winning musical Come From Away will return to Newfoundland and Labrador to commemorate the 25th anniversary of September 11th, 2001. The hit musical tells the story of when over 36 global flights were diverted to a small airport in Gander, Newfoundland, in the wake of the 9/11 terrorist attacks when 4 hijacked passenger planes crashed in the U.S. While 7,000 passengers were stranded in Gander, locals did what they could to welcome them. Tickets for the September 2026 production will go on sale today. And that is your CHMA Atlantic update. I'll be right back with some weather.
Hi, this is Weedy Mambo, coming to you from the NCRC 42 Cape Breton Island, and you're listening to CHMA.
And looking at Environment Canada right now, there is no special weather statement in effect for New Brunswick, even though it seems like we're getting about the same amount of snow as Nova Scotia. School is still on today, much to everyone's surprise, cancelled over in Nova Scotia, but Anglo East is still on. Today, you can expect it to be snowy, snow, and more snow. It is -10 currently, as observed at Nepean AAFC. Today, periods of snow ending near noon, and then a mix of sun and cloud, about 2 to 4 centimeters, wind becoming northwest 30 kilometers an hour, gusting to 50 early this morning. Temperature steady, near -9, wind chilled -13 this morning and -20 this afternoon. UV index 1 or low. Tonight, clear, wind west 20 kilometers an hour, low of -15, wind chilled -23 tonight. Sunny with the wind west 20 kilometers an hour for Tuesday, December the 9th, high of -8, wind chilled -24 in the morning and -16 in the afternoon. Tuesday night, cloudy with a 30% chance of flurries and a low of -9. Wednesday, the 10th of December, snow, high of -2. Wednesday night, snow or rain, low of -2. Thursday, the 11th of December, appears of rain or snow, high of 0. Thursday night, cloudy with a 60% chance of flurries and a low of -9. Friday, December the 12th, a mix of sun and cloud with a 60% chance of flurries, high of -5. Cloudy periods on Friday night, low of 11. Saturday, the 13th of December, a mix of sun and cloud and high of -5. Cloudy with a 60% chance of flurries and a low of -9 on Saturday night. And flurries with a high of -6 on Sunday, December the 14th. And that is your CHMA weather. Coming up next is Brian Nielsen with your sports update.
Yesterday in the NFL, a full slate of games, and the Buffalo Bills, after being down early to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals on back-to-back plays, intercept Cincinnati quarterback Joe Burrow. First one going for a 63-yard pick six, and the next one leading to another Buffalo touchdown. All this gathered together means that the Bills defeated the Bengals 39-34. Seahawks all over the Atlanta Falcons in the second half, 37-9 finish there. Titans thwart a 2-point conversion to tie up the game by the Cleveland Browns and hold on for a 31-29 victory. The Vikings shut out the Washington Commanders 31-0. Miami Dolphins trying for the late season push to get to the postseason. They win again, the 34-10 victors over the New York Jets. The Saints upset the NFC South leading Tampa Bay Buccaneers 24-20 on the road. The Jacksonville Jaguars moved to 9-4 and into first place in the AFC South with a 36-19 victory over the struggling Indianapolis Colts, who lost their key offseason pickup quarterback Daniel Jones for the season with a torn ACL. The Steelers hold on to defeat the Baltimore Ravens, moving to 7-6 on the season, 27-22 final there. Broncos over the Raiders 24-7 in Vegas. The Bears lose to the Green Bay Packers in Green Bay, meaning Green Bay now takes hold of the NFC North division standings, 28-21 final there. Rams with the 45-17 shellacking of the Arizona Cardinals. And in the late game, it was the Houston Texans with the 20-10 victory over the Kansas City Chiefs, meaning the Kansas City is now on the doorstep of not making the playoffs and will not win the division for a 10th consecutive year. In NBA action yesterday, just a few games on the docket, including the Toronto Raptors losing at home to the Boston Celtics, 121-113. It was the Knicks with the 6-point victory over the visiting Orlando Magic in Madison Square Garden, 106-100. Nuggets, the Denver Chicken Nuggets defeat the Charlotte Hornets 115-106 in North Carolina. It was the Grizzlies by 23 over the Trailblazers, 119-96 at home. The Warriors make quick work of the Chicago Bulls. They defeat the squad 123-91. It was 4-point second half comeback for the Los Angeles Lakers to defeat the Philadelphia 76ers in Philly, 112-108. And it was the now 23-1 Oklahoma City Thunder with the 30-point victory over the Utah Jazz, 131-101. Turning to frozen matters on the ice yesterday in local action, it was the Tantramar Titans unable to hold on to an early first period lead. They lose 7-1 against their opponent. And the NHL, it was the Colorado Avalanche with a 3-2 victory over the Philadelphia Flyers. Panthers defeat the Islanders 4-1. Sharks defeat the Hurricanes 4-1. Took a shootout to see the Stars get past the Pittsburgh Penguins 3-2. The St. Louis Blues with a 4-3 victory over the Montreal Canadiens. Overtime saw the Golden Knights defeat the New York Rangers. The Washington Capitals shut out the Columbus Blue Jackets 2-0. And it was a goal-scoring spree for the Anaheim Ducks. They defeated the Chicago Blackhawks 7-1 in the Women's Professional Hockey League. They had some action, of course, over the weekend, and that saw the Boston Fleet defeating the Minnesota Frost 4-1 yesterday, and the Montreal Victoire being victorious over the Toronto Scepters 3-1 at home. And the MLS soccer season is now over, and their champion squad is Inter Miami CF. They win with Lionel Messi scoring or assisting on a goal to defeat the Vancouver Whitecaps. And finally, staying with soccer over in the Premier League right now, the top 5 teams on the table: Arsenal, Man City, Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, and Chelsea, in that order.
And that's Brian Nielsen with your CHMA Sports Update. Please be sure to check out Brian's show on Mondays at 8:30 a.m. for more sports commentary.
Hi, I'm Bill Evans, president of the Rotary Club of Sackville, and you're listening to CHMA 106.9 FM.
And welcome back. It is 9:16. I'm your host, James Anderson, back live in the studio after taking a week away to go to some family in Newfoundland. And it's great to be back. It's great to be up here in the CHMA studios looking out at that snowy day while it is pretty cozy in here. Right about now, we'd be doing some... we would usually be doing some local community announcements. And as Brian mentioned, the municipality was probably going so hard with Moonlight Madness. I hope you enjoyed your Friday night out. I haven't heard any reports. I do know that CHMA had the best intentions of getting out there, but we had 2 things that were working against us. One was the temperature, and the other was that unfortunately we weren't so organized as to have the things that we usually use for our tabling here at the CHMA offices, aka I didn't take them out of my car from the last time, so I had those things and couldn't get them over to the CHMA crew. But we really enjoyed the first time that we did it back in November. Big thanks to Kimmy and Nora for doing that, and big thanks to Kimmy for having the spirit to really want to do it on Friday, but we just made a call. Wasn't going to work this time, but well, there'll still be things coming up. But going to the municipality's socials, seeing what they are trying to promote around this time of year, there is a lot going on. One of the things they want to get the word out about is the Stuff a Cruiser that Clinton mentioned in the local news just a minute ago. If you missed it on Friday night at the Moonlight Madness, there is another chance. Thursday, December 11th, up at the Foodland, 11 Wright Avenue, from 4 to 7 p.m. So they're looking to collect non-perishable food items, gently used hats, gloves, and mittens, and also cash donations. So they'd be quite happy if they could fill that cruiser up with big bags of cash. But they're also happy with non-perishable food items and gently used hats, gloves, and mittens. They're also letting you know that the last week for the Marsh View After School, I'm not sure if it was this week or last week, but if the Marsh View After School program was the thing that you're participating in, you may have missed it, you may not, but double check. That's all we're trying to say. There is a new item. Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025 at 3 p.m. there is going to be a special meeting, and the agenda is available on their socials, and I'll just even go ahead and read it to you right now. There's a call to order, approval of agenda, conflict of interest declaration, which are all standard things, reports from administration, 2017 Freightliner M2 repairs, and 2026 draft budget and capital renewal plan 2026-2029. So again, that is coming up on Wednesday at 3 p.m. December 3rd. No, that was the last one. Wait a second. My apologies. Brian mentions that Jeremy had mentioned something, and I thought that's what it was, but Clinton just did. A report on Michael Beale. Just getting back on the hot mic, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for your patience with all that. There is a special meeting coming up. Let's take a look over at the CHMA community calendar over at chmafm.com and see if there might be a reference to what it is. It's a regular council meeting. 7 p.m. tomorrow, Tuesday, the 9th of December. that is coming up, not the one on December 3rd that just passed. But if you're interested, I mean, you can also check out Clinton's article is now published at chmafm.com, and the live stream of the whole thing is on YouTube. So yeah, we'll just take a look at the community calendar over at CHMA FM. Always going to mention the Rain Barrel pre-sale because we love Open Sky and we want to support them as much as possible. And EOS Energy as well. Two great things. So get your Rain Barrel by December 31st. The regular council meeting I just mentioned. Sackville Film Society this week is DJ Ahmed. And let's take a quick read of that and let's see what that one's about. A 15-year-old Yurok boy from a remote Macedonian village escapes into music admits parental expectations, societal conservatism, and forbidden love for a promised girl. We also have One Christmas Carol coming up December 12th and 13th. That is this week. And that is put on by 3 Fairfield Road, so we all know who that is. With one actor and over 35 distinct characters, this one-man tour de force is an intimate and spirited evening of theater. The Holiday Cheer Play Festival features One Christmas Carol by Douglas H. Baker and performed by Andy Mellison. Part of the Holiday Cheer Play Festival also featuring The Tinderbox by Eva Lucas, from the Witching Hour, a play for children, and stage reading of It's a Wonderful Life and Grandma's Christmas Movie Extravaganza, dinner theater by Charlie Reindress. You can visit festivalbythemarsh.com for more details. That's coming up this December 12th and 13th. And I'm just going to double check the calendar on which days those are. I'm thinking that's a Friday and a Saturday, which it is. And those are at the usual showtime of 7:30 p.m. at 3 Fairfield Road. Tickets are $10 for students and $15 for seniors and students. We got a little typo in there. But you get the idea. Okay, well, let's get out of... Well, I'll let you know about one more coming up on Sunday. Make Something Sunday family program over at the Owens. They're doing a glow garland. String together a dreamy garland of paper flags that will sparkle, shine, and glow through the day. Through the short days of winter, add flair to your flags with metallic pens and shimmering stickers. Make Something Sunday is a monthly program that introduces new materials and ways of making art through informal hands-on workshops for kids 12 and under and their grown-ups. Drop in for a half hour or stay for 2. No booking required. The program is free of charge. For more information, you can visit the owensartgallery.com/Owens/Make Something Sunday. That's coming up this Sunday, 2 to 4 p.m., December 14th. Okay, let's move out of the news, but before we do, I have a quick word from CHMA staff here, and then we'll get into some music.
Attention all, the Tantramar Wetlands Center is once again hosting their holiday thrift exchange. They are now accepting donations of clothing, books, jewelries, and any other item that you are willing to donate. They are accepting donations from October 1st to November 28th. If you choose to donate, you will receive a ticket to shop on December 8th before it opens up to those who donated to the food bank or the TWC on December 9th.
Open Sky Co-op and EOS Eco Energy are teaming up for a Rain Barrel pre-sale fundraiser. For just $75, you can pre-order a high-quality recycled rain barrel to help conserve water, reduce your bills, and support a greener community. Pre-orders are open until December 31st, 2025. Barrels will be available for pickup at the Open Sky Retail Greenhouse in the spring. To reserve yours, email Open Sky or EOS Eco Energy or call 506-536-4565. Support your community and enjoy eco-friendly water collection at home.
And that was your CHMA News. Please visit www.chmafm.com for more news and to sign up for our email newsletter. Funding is provided by our monthly sustainers, the Community Radio Fund of Canada, and the Municipality of Tantramar's Community Development Grant. If you have a story idea or would like to include an announcement, please write us at news@chmafm.com. All right, and as we usually do, we're going to take a quick look at the CHMA calendar, let you know what's going on. Last night was a pretty exciting night of shows here on CHMA. It was great to hear Spanish Bombs on air, and Kevin Eek is back doing shows at 5. We had the the airport folks were on at 6, KEXP. All the folks, Luca Capone showed up, and it was a great show of Vish Khanna at 10 p.m. Wait a second. Let me double check. That was Vish is at 10. It was the night shift with Luca Capone that I was listening to. All right. Well, today is Monday, and let's see what we got going on today. We got Making Contact coming up at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. midday show with Eric Gohill. 12, Siley Sringapore, Democracy Now! At 1. Drive Time with Craig Muvasa coming in at 4 p.m. 5 p.m. Live at 5 with Maya Noel. Let's Be Honest with Angie and Kiera. Casadillo de la Band with Max and Iyoko. We still have Jayaz online in the calendar, but Jayaz is not continuing. Maybe coming back in January. We'll see about that. East Track Mine with Heidi O'Connor coming up at 10 p.m. And exams have started, so things are going to start to slow down and move into holiday season for us until about the first week of January, but we still have lots of great programming coming up. Yeah. All right, let's see what music we have. We have Anthony A.K. Ari with Baby Bloom. We have Andrew Bird with Capital One, Mac DeMarco with Sweeter, and Cat Power, a new track from Cat Power with Try Me from a EP that's going to be released sometime around the end of December, I believe. But yeah, this is the track off of that. All right, let's get things moving along.
Hey Anthony, how's it going?
I'm doing really, really good. How about you?
I'm alright.
Alright. What's up?
Looking forward for the summer.
That's what's up.
You ready? Let's go.
He's keeping busy. He's bleeding stones with his machinations and his palindromes. Anything but hear a voice that says that we're all basically alone. Poor Professor pinching at only good intentions when he put his Bunsen burners all away and turn into a playground in a petri dish where single cells would swing the fist at anything that looks like it needs a break. In the nature show that some call home display, it was that he heard his intuition say, that he heard his intuition say, we I'll never